think with MSi, yeah, he's a good tactician and clearly adds lots to the team. But I think if they want to take it to the next level, I think maybe we're going to have to increase the firepower in this team.
Oh, I completely agree with you. Ships is a player who I've been keeping my eyes on. I think he's definitely really solid. And Esperanto, obviously, he puts in the work. Otto, in my opinion, a little bit of a weaker link.
Yes.
MSi, he's surprised all of us. I'll be honest, like him coming in as a coach, and I'm like, all right, what's MSi gonna do? He's got a good mind for the game, but can he really hold his own, right, against some of these teams? And he's done it. So it's a team that has a potential, but I agree with you. They do seem to have that tiny missing link. Right now, though, they're looking pretty solid. Still early days, though, as Karrigan does find one kill, and he's got back in the form of Frozen and Chris J, as Otto and MSi teaming up together, dismantling that B bomb side defense. They still have one player to find, but they have managed to recover despite losing Esperanto earlier on.
Mousesport's yet to get a buy-in, so it's just the Deagles for them over and over again. Moving into this next round, though, they'll finally get a buy, and that's when the challenge really does begin for the Contact Gaming side. Grouping up inside a banana. Contact with 5 players. 4 players, should I say. Basic math fails me.
It happens. It's alright.
And what MSi is going to throw his smoke in towards CT spawn. Flash will go through as well. And the XQ coming through from Contact Gaming. Looking to try and take this Soul Defender down. It's only Frozen at the back of the bomb site with a Deagle. So it shouldn't really be too difficult for the remaining team players to take control of the site. But then again, Frozen taking one. Nearly gets a second on towards Letney as well. But the round has been won by Contact Gaming. As long as they just hold on to the site. Mousesport, no kit, no utility. The Deagle in the hands of Rops and default pistol for Voxic.
Yeah, this is it's a good start for Contact. At the same time, if I'm Mouse, I'm not feeling too worried, right? This is the map pick from Contact Gaming. Map number 2 is Dust 2. Yeah, Mouse's playground, especially Mr. Voxic. And then if it goes down to it, it's going to come down to Train, which will be the final map here. And for Mousesport, they're doing quite a bit of damage here on the Contact players. Yes, they've retrieved the rifles, but the fact that 2 of the players got taken down even the previous round means that, you know, money is not exactly super flush for the player. Ships does find Voxic, though, and Robs will save his Kelvar, which should come in handy as we go into the buy round. $6,000 for Frozen. 63 HP left on top of him. Esperanto taking a little bit of chip damage from the nades early on as well. Contact not really starved too much. Have got plenty of utility still left. Long angle here from Chris J. Crosses Molotov and come back once he hears the footsteps inside of middle. But at this point, Contact are just playing the default, taking map control, and pretty solidly forcing Mousesport's back. Look how far back inside of the sites they are. They don't have any information in towards Banana. There's no one in an advanced position on towards the A site, and they've actually used up quite a bit of utility, so Contact are in a good spot right now. Absolutely, and I think they've managed to kind of win the initial mental battle towards B, right? Mousesports have pretty much relinquished the B bomb site. Okay. Contact, great flashbang from Frozen, finds an easy kill. That's a bomb spotted out, and that should be the rotation coming in. 45 seconds on the clock. They can still head over towards A if they want to, but Karrigan, being very cheeky through the smoke, runs out of bullets. That's what happens when you have the A1, but Esperanto strikes. 2 quick kills, and that's the bomb site taken over once more by Contact. However, there is a wolf amongst them, and that is, of course, Chris J. Wait, I'm looking at a minimap. Has he walked on past? Yes, he has. He finds Esperanto looking for more. Bomb dropped, 2v2, and Rob's arriving to help him, trying to retake the site. Well, Rob's just putting a bullet right in the cranium of Letney. It does leave Otto now into a 1v2. The Finn trying to pull it off for the AWP. Otto is a pretty solid player in his own right as the bomb will get tapped. Chris J's going to swing, spams away. There's the kill. They do concede the bomb plant, but Mousesports get their first round on the board. That was a heroic play from Karrigan, just pushing him through the smoke. Again, M4A1, man, like it's a gun that's starting to get used a little bit more with the price drop. Obviously, a very viable weapon to drop your weapons to your star players, but here he had the money, and he is the Wolf of Wall Street, so he deserves to get a gun. Well, right now though, tech pause done and dusted. 3 players towards B early on for Mouse. Chris J with the A1. And it's going to be Karrigan opening things up. And in fact, Karrigan teaming up with Chris J to find 2. Frozen finds one for himself. They spotted the bomb as well. And this could be a problem indeed. Ships and Letney left alone in 2v4. And how the tables have turned.
Well, Mousesport's finally getting themselves a little bit of momentum. We'll see if Contact can script their way back into round number 8. Chips and Letney. What's top, middle, and boiler? Look at this hold, though, for Mousesports. 3 players on the long side. This is just not going to go well for the T side at all. Even if they move on to the A side via short, yeah, they may be able to get onto the bomb side itself, but holding on to is virtually impossible. Frozen getting himself an M4. Seeing him do some filthy stuff with this in the last round. Now 2 players coming his way up inside of Banana. He's made his way back a little bit further towards the site. Smoke deploying again. Just delaying and delaying. As Contact Gaming need to just run straight through the smoke. They don't know what's going on. They're stuck inside of Banana. They're going to execute with the final few seconds. All picked up. Falling back. I think they've realized winning the round is impossible. They just don't have enough time to get onto the bomb site. And Frozen was certainly at least going to get one there. If not both of them. So making the right decision. Just keeping the weapons into the next round. There's 2 AKs and an AWP in the hands of Ships. Or
not a map that's alien to Mousesports. They know how to play this map. They've played this map multiple times against some better opponents, if I might even dare say. And this is surprising. And Woxic really not feeling it today. He has been a little cold. And a pretty cold start as Chris J pushing in. Hasn't been spotted out. He can actually get a number of kills. Finds one, calmly taps away, but Esperanto there, ready and waiting. Almost gets a second as well. Woxic so lucky to escape.
Letney making his way towards the bottom of Boiler. Wanting to get involved. Rops boosted up on the ledge here. This is a very difficult angle to check. Letney will have a huge disadvantage if he goes around this dry without a flashbang or assistance from a teammate. He's just going to hold inside of the apartments. Rops holding on, looks away, there's the spray, and he dropped the second kill for Rops. A good hold in towards top middle. Now Otto trying to catch him off. Voxic is so low, 22 HP around the corner. Letney is going to burst from the apartments, dropping into the pit. Voxic managed to take down his teammate and gets away again. Letney just not having a great time at all here. The 1v3 overall, now left. We'll see if he can pull it off as he moves forward. I don't think he's going to be checking this cubby. Carrigan's going to get the easiest kill of his life. 7-7 on the board. Mousesports, a great round win.
Money. Voxic getting run boosted over. Trying to find something. He has been very quiet, and this time he won't miss the shot. Nice little quick shot there. Finds Emmy. It's a man down early for the side of Contact Gaming. And this B-bombs, and again, getting pressured by Esperanto. Carrigan and Frozen. Holding the line, and that's forced them. The fact that they haven't really been able to contest Banana means they're forcing to use up the utility early on. It's Woxic. He's not missing anything now, and that's a scary proposition, Dinko. This guy starts waking up, it could get even worse for Contact Gaming.
You don't want to awaken the dragon, that's for sure. I think Voxic in that last round, I think that was the first sort of signs of his awakening. See what Contact can do left with 3 players as they try and re-enter the B-bomb site. Utility going up. They're held back by the Molotov, but look at this rotation. Mousesports have 3 players over here. This is not going to be easy whatsoever. First kill from Carrigan. Letney treads back, but Frozen. He always does the damage from the back of the bomb site. It's 7. Mousesports lead the way at the half.
He's coming in from Contact. They have the FAMAS in the hands of Otto. Esperanto, just the deagle. Sees that in the hands of Letney. The standard deco with a FAMAS thrown in, and they've gone for a kind of a 3-man-ish stack here. The nade, however, could do a bit of damage. In fact, it does much lesser than I anticipated. Emmy is down 86 HP, not too shabby. Not too bad at all for them. They're still holding the line. They're holding a pretty aggro angle here, and those deagles can do damage. As Ships and Emmy floating with danger. Carrigan knows they're very close by, and Emmy's going to make contact. Carrigan tickling away with the UMP, not quite able to get the kill, and he will escape as Christian now jumps in, trying to find the frags here. It's going to be Ships who answers first. He finds one. They still notice someone inside of the smoke, and Sammy who answers back despite being low in health. He's done so much work. It's Esperanto with a deagle looking for more. He just finds one as Frozen will have to make his escape.
It's a good haul from Contact. They'll be happy with that. Rops with an AK still available though. 100 HP on his name. Slight chance here for Rops to get involved, but at the minute, certainly looking good for Contact. Got the prey, the bomb inside of the site. Circled it. Not looking so great for Mousesports. With that smoke coming in, being deployed. Starting to realize now the time is ticking so low, they might as well just fall away. The money is not great here on the T side. Absolutely nothing to work with. They want to lose these. Again, CT economy is pretty brittle as well, so Frozen's going to try and do his best to get a little bit of luck going his way. He'll span through the smoke with a Mac 10. But you definitely want to save this AK. You've got full armor, you've got 3 pieces of utility, a smoke, a molotov, and a nade, and the AK. So definitely worthwhile saving this over to the next one. They can buddy up, and Frozen can be the bodyguard of Rops.
Indeed, and they will save. I gotta credit to Emmy. He played it so well. He just stayed alive. That's all he needed to do.
Sight. Contact have to provide a lot of respect to this buy, and there goes Frozen charging straight up into Banana, getting involved in the action early on. His ship's burning away Critch J. Esperanto will spray away onto Frozen. Carrigan just bombarding Esperanto with his Tech 9, but Emmy is there to reply, and that was just chaos inside the Banana.
Considering how many bullets went towards contact gaming, I'm really surprised that it was just one player who got taken down. Esperanto, Emmy, barely getting scratched. And with that, it's all on Woxic. The young lad. He's announced his presence. Spots him out. Ooh, the bullet just goes past his head. That's just unfortunate for Woxic. Usually don't see him losing duels like that. And with that, contact gaming have survived an early test in the second half rather. They keep 3 rifles alive, and for Mousesport, it's going to be Eco City at least for this round.
Well, they tried just the standard Banana take. We know they can be very potent in terms of that, but quite work for Mousesports in that last round. Contact, a good hold ready for them. Moving into this next round, it shouldn't really be too much of an issue for Contact. Should be very easy for them to grab 10 rounds, and there's Otto starting things off well. Chris J being picked off. Frozen heading his way in towards the apartments with a Glock. But Mousesports just hoping they can find a kill or 2. That would be an absolute win for them.
Highly unlikely. The Carrigan with the P250.
Yep.
That looks like the only investment they have this round. So it should be easy pickings for Contact. And they're aware of this. They know it's either a pistol force or a full eco, and they're not giving any opportunity for Mousebots to find a free frag. They're playing very passively, playing at the back of the sites. You can see ships playing from the coffins, and Emmy with the UMP a little bit more up close. Ships just narrow little sliver of an angle. It's going to be complete utter slaughter. Past the remaining Woxic getting mowed down. So money in the bank for Emmy. A couple of kills at SM to the real estate because you're just giving it for free, and Mousebots are going to abuse you if you keep doing that.
Well, Mousesports only 3 away from victory. I just want to also rectify a mistake I made earlier. Frozen is indeed Slovakian and not Czech. I got a little confused. I looked at the flag for a second, it switched, and then...
Oh, no.
But yeah, Carrigan burning away Otto. At least it's he does get a reward for his opening pick. He's been looking for that a lot, Blair, but he finally gets his reward. It's just a little unfortunate that he burns from the grid. Carrigan still, even though he's dead, is still doing damage. Now Frozen picks off Esperanto, moving forward on towards the side. Mousesport's looking to try and get involved on this A-bomb site, but as Voxic lighting up on the T side. We mentioned that a little bit earlier, the fact that he can be so good, even on the T side of Inferno with the AWP. And he's pretty much won the round here. Just that's the confirming kill that stops any hope of that A-bomb site from falling. And while ship's on the exit, Frank's trying to catch Frozen walking down the hallway. Might just be able to take him away. There's the headshot. The round already won by Mousesports, 14-11. Desperate times for Contact. They've got to save what they can.
I love that switch up. Love that switch up. And yeah, Carrigan, at this point, even if he doesn't get a kill, he just kills you from beyond the grave. He is just an unstoppable Finn Dane at the moment. Let's look at it. 22 kills for the man. Top fragging in the server. And he's just been so impactful. It's not just about during 1.6 days. Him and Friss. I do believe he even played for Fnatic at one point. My memory serves me right around 2011. So it's good to see, you know, the guy he's still not just all brains, still got the aim as well. As we need to see around the 26. Well, finally ships finds him though. But I mean, no trade comes in.
Doing the exact same thing every single round, Blair. Eventually that had to happen.
It's working, which is wild.
Well, finally, someone realizes just put a bullet in his head. There we go. Ships. Why didn't we do this a little bit earlier on? Plenty more where that came from. Mousesports have 4 players inside of Banana. This time, Emmy, on the smoke. He's going to be playing in the corner. We'll hear the utility coming in. Then you know it's going to be an execute straight away in towards the B-bomb site. Still a minute left. Mousesports have run the clock down a few times, but this time they change it up. Chris J with some crazy headshot coming in. Ships, though, on the back of the site, starting to really open up the burners. He'll take himself 3 kills away. Otto picking off 1, and this double-up setup has prevailed for Contact. It's now only Rops trying to pull off an incredible clutch. The first kill picked up on towards Ships. He spots the arm of Otto. Might take the kill, but the smoke is up. Now Rops just slows the play. Still got a little bit of time to work with. Again, planting solo inside of the bomb site on B. Very difficult, especially with that nade dropping him to 16 HP. Will commit to the plant, at least has that through. Now 3 players to topple. This is not going to be easy for Rops, but he can certainly make it happen. Otto waiting for the aggressive peek, and Rops is on the other end of the doorway. Eventually they'll move forward. He hears the footsteps, but Otto will take the kill. Rops, a valiant effort, but it will not go his way. Going to be a round on the board for contact, and they stay alive.
Let's stay alive. That was all ships. I have no idea how we stayed alive for that long. And dual up setup working in their favor. And Neil and Regin.
Irish, yeah.
Irish, and Regin is also Dane. He's also a Dane. So like, yeah, 11 nationalities.
That's nuts.
Truly globally offensive, isn't it?
It really is, yeah. And well, it's good to see. Now, Otto, he's been a very aggressive player. He's loved getting up inside of these apartments. Hasn't really found too much success of it. But he's never really been punished either. So he's just not really got that opportunity just yet. Yet again, not going to be presented to him. Mousesports, it's very much... They play passively towards A at the beginning. I think they're just letting Carrigan just do his work in towards Banana. To see what he can do. He has been so successful, so why not? Gonna be the front man again this time. Emmy. Smoke comes in on top of him. He'll reply with a Molotov. But Carrigan already swinging on towards the site. Wants to take a fight towards Coffins, and then he will find a headshot. Esperanto taken away. Carrigan with yet another opening kill.
Carrigan has definitely been, well, while not the star player, but he's been so far the most impactful player on this particular map so far. For contact, this force buy is I don't know. This is a risky buy. I would have rather preferred if they'd gone for just the pistols. But with this commitment, they need to win this round. Ships has one incendiary. That can still keep them at bay, but it's going to be too late. Carrigan's going to find Emmy. Carrigan, just the opener of the B bomb site. And despite them also doing a little bit of damage on the Chris J, the site's gone. Save it. Save your guns. There's no point going for this. And they just have the MP9s as well. Both the rifles are lost. The AWP in the hands of Otto is the only real worthwhile weapon to save. And Rops, bear in mind, he's still floating around towards mid. Once he realizes it is a save, he could definitely be a thorn in the side of Contact Gaming and prevent them from trying to go for the saves here. If he can take away that AWP in the hands of Otto, it could just be very, very grim days indeed for Contact Gaming. This is not looking good. They will get the loss bonus, but it will not suffice. It is going to be a few upgraded pistols. That's about it for Emmy and Esperanto. And Chips and Letney just with the MP9s. And if you're going to have a buy like this, you want to be a little bit more different. You want to play a little bit more aggressive. You don't want to play these standard defaults. And the B bomb side, Adam, they figured it out. Carrigan knows exactly. Let's do the math here. I think 21, 22. It was still anyone's game. And then Mouse has just gone on the streak. Of the past 6 rounds, Mouse have won 5. And that's why they're right now sitting on map point on Contact's map pick. Bear in mind, next map is going to be on Dust 2, which is...
oh god.
A map that, yeah, which is a map Mousesport's very, very comfortable on.
Scary times ahead for Contact. There's going to be a good peek from Ships. He has been impressive. I think he's kind of gone onto the radar a little bit. We have highlighted some of the rounds he's been... Oh my god, he actually hits Frozen as well. Frozen is dropped low. Rops moving through, gets a headshot before burning alive. And a 2v4. This round is perfect so far from Contact. They've only lost the 1 player, but that's Otto. 2 for 1. He'll take that every day of the week. Now Letney sits inside of the pit. Mousesports are going to dive. Chris J throws the smoke on towards the site and looking towards pit with his crosshair. Right on towards Letney, taking him away. Under a minute in play now from Mousesports. And Chris J looking to step up. Has had a bit of a quiet performance. Only a 9 kills starting this round. Up that to 10. I'd love to get a little bit more. Working with Rosen up inside of the apartments. Emmy's got himself into the default corner though, so this is going to be very difficult to get him out of here, especially with the smoke. It's assisting him massively.
That's very cheeky indeed, and Chris just oh, Emmy, oh, he planted closer. Emmy didn't know, and now Chris J finds one. He knows Emmy's somewhere floating around.
We have to keep highlighting this. This is the bottom spot of this group. They have not won a single map yet, a single series yet. Either of these two teams, so crazy. Esperanto. Down in towards middle early on. Look how much control he's got. Surely no one from Mousesports expects this.
In the final round of regulation? Hell no. This is Baldy. This is so massive. Oh, no. So massive. Esperanto. Oh, he's playing his time. He's biding his time. He finds 1, finds 2. Still holding his trigger finger. Finds 1. Turns around. Doesn't get 2. He just finds 1. He's done so much damage and gleaned so much information. But will that be enough? Look at the health of Woxy and Chris J. Both of them internally bleeding. Bomb has been recovered from T-Slope. And despite being a 4v4, oh no, auto! He can't miss those. He's getting hunted down, and he recovers just in the nick of time as Letney drops as well.
Well, it looks like overtime is certainly on the cards. Frozen and Voxic trying to pull it off. Voxic has been so quiet in this map. Only a few kills in the second half at all. Flash is going to go up. That's going to blind and give information that there is an Opera playing in towards the long side. 45 seconds. Otto is still here. Still ready. He should be good for another kill. Got to get around this corner. This jump, this run boost might just assist him in the kill. It's well played. There it is. Now Woxic has an AWP in his hands. This is where he does his best work. Frozen swinging wide. Letney having to get off the angle, hoping that his teammates can get over in time. He's just buying a little bit of time for them, but in that, he has to concede the bomb site. Now Voxic can get it planted. Frozen inside of the pit. And Mousesport have flipped this on its head. They have a real opportunity at winning this and taking it over the line. Frozen stays alive inside of the pit. He looks up into the apartments. The Molotov hits the site. Utility being used up towards the pit. And Frozen, he's going to get his chance, but he whiffs the spray. Still alive, though. Emmy moves onto the site. He catches Woxic, looks back, but it's all on Frozen. The Youngs are having to make it happen. He only manages one, and Emmy will take him away. It's overtime, ladies and gentlemen. Mousesports and Contact are going the distance and a little bit more. Had a lot of success with, and I think that's just testament to the 10k overtime.
Indeed, his Contact. It's that's an interesting setup there towards A. They had auto there early on. And they swapped him out. They still have 3 towards B. They are aware that the B bomb site is something which has been abused by Mousesports time and time again in regulation. But this time around, Mousesports, looking at the amount of control they have towards apps. For a moment, I felt like they might be setting up for an A hit, but no. Looks like they're slowly going to be falling back, and this actually might work their favor, because now look how many players are left towards B. They have one player jumping around, that is Emmy, trying to gather some information. As the smoke dissipates, he will fall on back to join alongside Ships, who will boost up Emmy towards the flower pot. No one playing in the side right now. As the smokes come in, the Ships are next are obviously going to be a problem, but still, they have shown that they can make this lineup work, and so far it has looked a little lackluster. Here we go, the game will resume. Mousesports, they managed to get the final round in the first half of overtime. Give themselves a little bit of that lifeline to work with, a little bit of a scoreline to defend. As they now switch over to the CT side. Woxic with an AWP once more, and of course Frozen and Carrigan, a 1-2 wombo combo over towards the B bomb side. Contact. Just testing the waters. It's been a while since they had to play on the T side.
Oh,
clearing out towards brackets.
I thought that Molotov might have failed, but it seems to have hit its mark well enough. Yeah, just taking the time, clearing the brackets early here. Contact playing methodical in their approach. Anybody who is new to CS and doesn't understand the concept of overtime, unlike in your matchmaking games, when a pro team hits 15-15 in the match, we go to overtime, and it's first to win 19 rounds in overtime number 1. So that's the magic number we'll be looking out for at the moment. Contact 2 away from victory. Mousesports having to win flawlessly if they want to pick this up. Emmy's got himself into a really solid position here. He should be catching Frozen, but Frozen is aware of this possibility. Looking over towards the archway, finds the bomb. A second kill coming his way. It's a conveyor belt of death as he nearly takes down the third. Letney eventually wins the battle, but it's a 3v4. A man advantage in play.
That kill from Otto, though, that's huge. And Carrigan hears Ships burning alive. He hasn't shown himself at all. He knows exactly where Ships is. He knows where he's dropped towards, and both of them are very low. They're so low. Carrigan needs to find both of them, or at least one before it gets taken up. But Otto has arrived, and Carrigan, he's getting hunted down, getting pushed away.
No way.
No way. He needed one kill there. He knew where Ships was. He knew he was burned as well. He spotted Letney, and somehow, around, I felt Mousesports pretty much had in the bag after the heroics of Frozen. They're just going to fall apart by Rops. What a read. He waits for Otto to peek, gets the kill, and makes it a 2v2, and this is very winnable.
Certainly winnable. Carrigan should have won it a little bit earlier on, but they have to make do with what they can. Wox is going to take a lot of damage on board. Coming in from CT, Ships should be taking him away. That's 30 kills on the tally for Ships. Rops sees no way in winning this, and has picked up the AWP. Will be falling away from his position very shortly and carrying this over into the next. It's map point for Contact Gaming. They've ground their way back to this position, and while they are now only 1 round away from victory here on Inferno.
Oh no, Woxic ran away to pick up the rifle. He went to get the M4. if it actually held the
I
line.
think looking towards CT, definitely thought he could have got that kill. He was a fraction away from taking the frag, and it was so low that one bullet would have been enough. Just unfortunate for Carrigan. I think that's just gone from bad to worse. Diving through the smoke to his death. Otto has really stepped up in these last few rounds.
I felt that deep down inside. Carrigan missed those. I've been there. I think all of us have been there.
Yeah, definitely.
As Ships finds Walksig as well. Won't be expecting the second player up close. What's going to be Rops catching Ships. Doesn't see anyone else. So now they know it's most probably the B hit, as they have sent another player, that is Chris J, towards the coffins. And here comes the play. Frozen. His position compromised, burning alive, and that is going to be the end of him. It's all on Chris J. He lines him up, but just finds one, and it's all on Rops now. 1v3. Bomb going to get planted. Smoke deployed. This is pretty much done and dusted, ladies and gentlemen. Contact Gaming are going to take map number 1. It was a battle. It was a long battle indeed, but it looks like it is finally going to come to an end, and we should be seeing Duster coming up in a few minutes.
Mousesports needed to have a statement here today. This is not the start they would be looking for whatsoever. At point, 15 rounds were on the board at one point, and they do fall. 19-16. Contact Gaming will take Inferno. Map number 1 goes in their favor. Mousesports, things are not getting better for them here at the road to Rio.